Oh, no feet up today?
Nope, no feet up today.
Well, all right, fine. Every once in a while, our old bodies have actually got to sit up and be upright. And I don't know. I may go back here in a little bit because I'm tired. Too much heat. Too much coming in hot.
Coming in hot this Sunday, man.
Oh man, it's 90. Well, it's only 88 right now, but it's on its way to 96, and that is not good for our part of Oregon. We're not used to that. Welcome to the Whiskey and Wine Podcast. I'm Alex.
I'm Big Mike.
And our guest for today, our other bourbon wisdom person that we have in our life, somebody who has got significantly more knowledge and experience in the bourbon area, Mr. Mark. How are you today?
Doing good. Clap. I think you're overselling me a little bit more than I'm capable of, but it's going to be fun.
Well,
I'm glad to hear.
I mean, you're more enthusiastic about the bourbon than we are. We're a little more lethargic. Like, oh, neat, we found something. You actually put the effort into this stuff, so you're the one that tells us when stuff shows up at the shop.
2% effort, right?
Yeah,
versus 0.
Well, I'd give us a 0.5.
Okay.
That's solid.
Yeah.
I'll go with the 0.5.
Yeah. So episode 35 coming in hot. Whew.
Coming in hot. Look at this, man. We just started recording. 5 minutes. I'm already getting text messages from staff at Tap.
Whining about what?
Digital pour boards down.
Oh,
but number 2. So while we talk, I think I can walk through text message. We'll see.
Life of a small business
I'm
owner.
telling you, man.
Never stop working, right?
There's always something.
well, I've got a new job this week.
Oh,
My new job is cabana boy at our
that's right.
cheap ass above ground pool that we put up this week. So it's just it's a Costco special, but since it's so hot this week, I found one from some friends of ours that weren't using theirs anymore. I put it up, and essentially my job has just been running bottles of wine down to the pool, coming down with more Cheez-Its, more whatever, putting up a little mister system, a little shade cloth over the top of it, making sure sunscreen is restocked. I am the cabana boy.
Well, hopefully they're tipping well.
So far,
Big old goose egg.
there's a big goose egg. I think I'm gonna have to put in for some sort of labor union complaint or something. This is total bullshit.
Overworked and underpaid,
Yeah.
underappreciated.
Yeah, I'm sure I could put in some sort of horrible suggestive thing right now, but I think that would be a bad idea because I know Joanna's been listening to the last few episodes, and I would just get a swift daily dick punch. By the way, Mike, you saw those pictures from Adam's screen print, right?
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna get the shirts ordered, and then we're gonna have the merch store up.
Say it's going to be up and running.
And you guys, too, can have a shirt that says Daily Dick Punch.
DDP.
Well, what are we drinking this week, Mike?
Well, we finally had it on.
Finally.
Blanton's.
Yep.
The elusive Blanton's.
Yep. That people will absolutely shank each other over in the Oregon market.
I think this is probably, the number one cause of riffs in liquor stores. This single bottle right here.
Which is so funny. I mean,
Don't even get started on the toppers of these things.
Oh, yeah.
So, the bottle looks like grenade. That's as cool as it can be, right?
Exactly.
It's a really different looking bottle.
Yep.
There probably could be the most genius marketers in the game for
Seriously.
bourbons.
Just call it rare.
Yeah.
And then
Have
it
a
becomes
bottle that
rare.
doesn't look like anything else.
Yep.
Put some letters on your special
horsies.
toppers,
Yep.
with the horsies, and people go crazy. I mean, they sell on eBay for how much for the set? Someone told me they saw them going for like $350
For this.
For the what?
Just the toppers.
just the toppers.
Not even the juice.
No, not even the bottle. Just the topper that spells.
Blanton.
Blanton's.
Yeah, $350.
That's nuts.
That's it. It's
That is-
insane to me. Genius, though, right? Absolute genius.
So I have
Unbelievable.
a funny Blanton story.
Oh,
well,
all right.
maybe it's not funny, but
Here,
for me-
we got to cheers first, though.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Yeah,
and I'm the middle. I'm
yeah,
like
you're
the
the middle.
relayer. We'll go that way.
Yep.
We go this way.
Cheers, little Blantons on the podcast.
That's
finally,
right, little horsies.
I mean,
solid.
It's super
that.
solid.
Yeah, I get it.
I can see why. I think that I'm not dissing it, but it's kind of a little overhyped, But
Yeah.
anything that's hard to find, supply and demand.
Yep.
So one about a year ago, cruising through Facebook, I opened that about once a week, and
Yeah.
there's like this ad for Blanton's. It was something like 3 bottles for $100, and I was like, "Well, this is good."
Damn.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is great. Like, got my attention. So I clicked the link, and it goes to a website that looks like a website that sells like whiskey.
Okay.
And so I'm like, okay, I don't have any right now. I kind of want some. I'll just give it a shot. So I, put I don't know if I paid for it, PayPal or whatever. So 3 weeks later, there's these 3 boxes that come from China, like just generic like cardboard boxes. They have and then I open it up. Inside there is 3 fake bottles of Blanton's with no juice in there. It's literally just like these fake knockoff bottles. All 3 of them have the exact same label, which is basically a photocopy.
Wow.
Of
Seriously?
a photocopy of the Blanton's label. And so I was like, dude, I just got freaking scammed, whiskey scammed.
Did it even come with a
It came-
topper?
Yes. Guess what? It was made out of plastic, not
Oh.
metal. It was like
They must have molded
They
them.
did,
They
they
made
molded
They made a cara.
I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
dude, I just got whiskey scammed, and I was like,
That's
"Yeah."
awesome.
So here I am, like, okay, well, the bottles, they're not even made. I think they were glass, but they're just you could tell it was off. It was about 80 or 90% real size. It was a little bit shrunken. It was a little bit off. So I just put in a reverse claim to the credit card. I got my money back, but
Yeah.
I was like, this is just the levels that people go
Oh my
to,
God.
number one, rip people off, and number two, to steal people's money, and just it's ridiculous.
I get it. If you were a bottle collector and you were just trying to put it up on a high shelf or something and you didn't want to have, you're trying to find it some other way,
Yeah.
maybe that's a way to do it. But you were expecting actual
It
Blantons
was
to show up.
the description was, and then you start reverse looking. Oh, this domain was registered 2.5 weeks ago, and this is a little sketch. And so, but they could have just stole the money and said nothing, but at least they kind of tried, half-assed tried.
They said maybe he won't know.
Yeah, maybe he really needs his eyes checked and his blurry vision. He doesn't or just doesn't know. So that was my one stupid story about
And
Blanton.
so did that just? Are you just totally embittered now towards anything that you see online where you're like, you can get a Blanton's for no, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, there's some legit places out there.
Yeah.
But definitely not the one that I stumbled upon. So
Yeah. There's a few places online where I was looking for bottles that were really hard to find that at first I'm looking at it going, well, this seems scammy and crappy and everything else. There's no way you're shipping it to me at this reasonable price.
Mm-hmm.
And then it shows up and I'm like, okay.
I guess it was real.
So, I can get it from online, and they don't just intercept it at the border with a
Show up,
Prohibition era.
throw handcuffs on you.
Yeah. You didn't pay OLCC price for this. We didn't
Busted.
get our pound of flesh.
Jeez, the
Gotta get
LCC.
everyone gets theirs, buddy.
Yeah, they do. Did you figure out your stuff there at Tap?
No, my fat little thumbs can only go so so fast. I don't want to stop though. We're rolling, so
right.
I'm walking them through via text message.
You'll get them to get it.
I mean,
Well, what's the worst that can happen?
no one can order 14 taps worth of stuff.
Oh, that's a little bit of a bad situation.
They can order it. They
Yeah,
just
they just
can't
don't
pay
know.
for it.
No, they just can't see because the
Oh.
menus are down.
Oh.
So 1 through 14 is visible right now, but 14 to 28's a picture of it looks like a screensaver of a boat right now. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see.
Wait.
Nope, it's a nice little island with some palm tree and some clouds. So
I'd go there.
we're selling
I get
tropic dreams
yeah,
right
I
now.
want a tropic dream. What's that? Just give me everything from 14 to 28.
That's right.
It's
See?
like a graveyard for liquor, right? Like, a little bit of everything.
A little
mixed
bit of
together.
wine, a little bit of root beer. It'll be great. I'm sure people will love it.
We'll see.
Oh God! All right, so coming in hot. I mean, mainly just because we're old and we're sweating out in this heat and everything else, but also like there were some times back in the day, and I don't know about you, Mark, but coming in hot to like some event or you're being goofy at a fraternity or whatever it is, but you just come in hot and you think it's the funniest shit ever, and then years later we're looking back going, oh wow, I didn't get arrested for that. That's impressive. Like what about you, Mark?
I was kind of like boring in college,
Really?
So here's for example, I went to Oregon State, and
Go Beavs.
yeah, right,
That's right.
Pac-2,
See?
yay!
We got the Pac-2 flag right
Yep.
up there.
And
Yep.
that's where I met my beautiful wife Maudie there, but where we stayed was in a co-op, and co-ops are something that they still exist, but it's basically just like a frat, but
Yeah.
it has a different name on it. So there's 50 dudes all in one house, but this was a Christian co-op, so we had parties. But our parties were once every semester.
Yeah.
We'd have a root beer mugger. We would literally buy a keg of root beer.
Woo!
And
There's something about draft root beer.
right.
Yeah.
I don't
so,
know what it is, but it's damn good.
So we had
Yep.
350 people packed into the main section of this house, and just like a dance party, right? And it was back then we'd have to go down to Albany to the whatever the distribution warehouse was.
Oh,
and you'd
yeah.
have to
Yeah.
buy the keg, and back then it was $90 for this keg, and a regular keg of beer would be 50, right? So this is dating me how old I am. But you could buy a keg of root beer and it's twice as much as actual beer. So anyways, we had that, but so that was kind of fun. We had a root beer. That was like a root beer kegger, mug party, right? It's just. But everybody just dancing like crazy, but it was not really alcohol induced, crazy. It's just good times.
Yeah.
Oh, draft root beer. See,
Yeah.
I have one.
Henry Reinhardt's root beer.
Oh,
Ooh,
man.
yeah.
We have Pelican on right now at Tap. We always have one little root beer on, right?
Yep.
It's not just the kids. People drink it all the time, but it's
Yeah.
funny. I will say that the prices now, my micro beer prices are so high. It's root beer is definitely cheaper. Still not cheap, but it's definitely the roles have changed.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of twice as much for the root beer, now it's a little different. So, well, I mean, I'm a big fan of root beer. So, years ago, before my mom passed, they were very good friends. My parents were good friends with the guys that started Rogue Ales. And so when she was first getting sick and everything, they decided to make a root beer in honor of her because she was a recovering alcoholic. And so they made a root beer, and I'll have to find a bottle, but they just decided to make one and name it after her.
Dude, that's super cool.
And it had all her quotes on the back. I'll have to actually at the break, I'll find the bottle. But it just had a lot of her quotes that she had dropped in front of these guys. So here's guys that started Nike and everything else and had insane amounts of money, and they decided to start Rogue Ales just as kind of a shits and giggles thing. And then, became friends with my parents, and they're wonderful people, and they did such a great thing. But one day, this effing 45-foot semi-truck shows up at the farm, and they just go, "We've got a load of root beer for you." and they open up the back of it, and half the back of this truck is full of cases of root beer, and it's the Rogue size bottles.
Yeah.
So we're not talking those little 12 ouncers.
Yeah.
These are the full pint.
Here's the pallet of root beer, right?
Yeah, 3 pallets of root beer.
Oh man.
But like eventually it would go bad. You
Yes.
have to like you might have root beer wine or
Yeah, I've still got 2 or 3 cases of it down in our wine cellar that I'm sure it is, undrinkable or would kill you or something like that. But I've still got the cases of it, so like, it's there. But they made a really good root beer, and it was fantastic. Cool. So years later, after she'd passed and they weren't doing it anymore, I was like, "Can you guys just make that root beer again? It was really good." And like, we don't really remember what we did, but it was. Yeah, we agree. It was really good. We wish we'd written it down.
Can't replicate it. Just like dump and stir, and it turned out good.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, hey, we got it right. It's the old fuck around and find out. Like they found out, and then they found out they were good at it.
It's so funny.
Oh God.
Boom. Got it working. Sorry
Yeah.
to bug you.
Yeah.
See, I could do it via text.
See,
It's like
Got
second.
skills.
The funniest part is I was there this morning. I'm there every morning. You know, check the ATM, make sure the tills were good. Had the boards on. Took 2 pictures of the boards this morning working properly, and I'm gonna blame frickin' Microsoft on this one because they do these damn updates. Look, there's board 1 this morning.
see it.
There was board 2 this morning.
Uh-huh.
They were taken at, oh my goodness, now the text messages are flowing. But they probably were taken at like 9. So everything was fine at 9. And then between then and now,
Yep.
I know what happened. Microsoft did a frickin' update, even though we have these things programmed. We have those little window-based sticks, right?
Yeah.
They're plugged into each TV via HDMI, run their own power. And for some reason, even though Microsoft gives you the option of what time would you like to do an update, we put in 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Here we are.
It started the update at 2 a.m.
10 hours
It
later.
finished downloading at 9 a.m. and reset as soon as you walked out
And
the door.
for these sticks, right, they are window-based. Like, we technically could do, I guess, documents and fucking slideshow.
Yeah.
Literally the only program installed on them is our digital pour program. I mean, there's never been a file started.
You have like
There's
one job.
There's never been a photo saved to it. I'm like, what? These things need updates all the time. I'm like, there's nothing fucking on them, right? There's nothing. So I'm very confused. If anyone who works at Microsoft, if they could please email me and let me know why the hell do these sticks need updates all the time.
Oh, God.
There's my rant. All
Just
right.
do your single job. Nothing else.
I want to turn on the TV,
Uh-huh.
press start on the program,
Yep.
and have menus. And 99% of the time,
Yep.
that's what they do. I love it when I'm working. For some reason, Monday's a big day.
Yep.
All of a sudden, someone will have my back to them, and they're like, what's going on with that? And I look, and I'm like, oh, it wants to do an update right in the middle of happy hour. That's where it's not 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So I go through the setting, right? I get my keyboard with the mouse, double check, make sure the setting hasn't changed. Nope, there it clearly says
2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Yep.
All updates start automatically. So
Yep.
then I check the time on or the clock on it. I'm like, well, I don't understand.
Well, and it's the same thing with all the Apple products that we've got. So I'll plug in my iPad or my phone or whatever it is at night, and if it's the setting is clicked, if it's connected to power and over whatever percentage you require to update, go ahead and update. Like while you're plugged into power, because it's going to be night time. I'm asleep. I don't care what you're doing. And sure enough, I wake up in the morning, unlock the phone, or the iPad or whatever it is, and instantly I see that, it goes gray on like 16 apps. And then you see the download thing like, wait, no.
It like killed itself.
Why didn't you do this over the last 6.5 hours I was asleep? You could have done it at any point, but right now when I need to turn off, the alarm system or whatever it is,
It's not working.
I can't get into the app for another probably 12 minutes now because it's the last app that you're downloading. Great. Thanks for this. This is helpful.
All right. And are you Android or Apple?
I have Android.
Okay. So does Apple, I'm going to direct this to you, because Android, right? I get these updates overnight, plug it in just like you, right?
Yep.
Just do your thing. It's amazing how many times I wake up in the morning and there's nothing, no notifications on my toolbar. And it's like, hey, we've done an update. I'm like, son of a bitch. You just did one 2 weeks ago. Everything's been working. I get nervous when I see that because now my phone, you got to do the okay, and then all of a sudden everything starts coming in. I'm like, dude, stop. I almost want to turn off the automatic updates, but then I know they screw you even more.
Oh,
I know there's something in phones. They just, so I don't know. So is Apple the same? They just do they do them fairly often?
Yep. And here's the thing, and I'm sure it's just part of the programming world, but it'll update. And then a day later, I'll get a notification like, we've got a small patch that we need to put in. Like, there is a very slim chance that when you unlock your phone, it could delete everything that you have. Very small chance. Like, you've got to do a lot of things, but it's a very small chance that this could happen. So we're gonna update again. Just trust us. It's totally fine.
Want to roll these things out before you roll it out to like a billion people? A billion people? Well, sorry.
Yeah, you would think so, but I don't know. Technology.
I don't know. There's a lot of things that I've installed in this house that don't necessarily work anymore, and I'm nobody's hiring me to do IT support except for my in-laws or my dad. Those people will call me for tech support. Like, so my screen's doing really weird things right now. Okay, like what? It's just weird.
Describe it.
Have you tried turning it off and on?
Oh, it's working.
It's working again.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Well, glad I could help. I'm going to go back to cooking dinner now.
And then they think you're the tech genius of the universe because you just told them power cycle your phone, or your computer, or your
whatever.
Yeah,
like the oven's not working. Have you checked the breaker? Oh, the breaker was off. Cool. All right. You don't mind driving out here real quick and fixing this, do you? Like, no, I do mind driving out there and fixing. Nope. I don't have 2.5 hours to drive out there, deal with whatever this is, and drive back. I don't. I do, but I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Not today.
No, not today, Satan.
So one more. We got a rant on technology.
I love it.
So I'm not going to throw them under the bus, but the company that we use at Tatforia, Comcast, I love when my cable boxes freeze, right?
Oh.
So I do the troubleshooting. Before I call, because it's first off to even get to someone is like a 20-minute process, right? So while we're doing that, I'm unplugging for 10 seconds. I'm doing all the manual stuff, right? And then when finally someone comes on, I have to go through their check sheet. And I'm like, I don't want to sound rude. And I don't want to come over as a dick. But let's go straight to page 4 because I've already taken care of the first 3 pages of things. Well, what do you mean, sir? I've already unplugged it. We already power cycle. We did this. We did that. It's still not working. That's why now I'm talking to you. So can we just send a tech out? But we need to verify.
I'm going to send a signal to your box right now to restart itself. No. Your signal to restart itself is no different than me literally pulling the power out of the wall and doing the same thing. Well, I've already sent the signal. Fuck.
And then the best part is, if we have to send somebody out to your house, we will charge you $150 if it's your fault. If it's our fault, we're covered. So they always say we're gonna charge you to fix the problem that's our problem if it happens to be your problem. So good old
when we've still got them for our internet up here, but we don't do anything cable based with them anymore. And when we had cable up here, because we built this house, I did a distribution system. So every area where there could potentially be a TV, there was a plug in the wall. Like, so there was an Ethernet cable, there's a coax cable, and an electrical plug. So everything's right there. All you need to do is boom, 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 and it's fine. And you go down to the basement where all the mechanical room is, and you plug the one inlet of cable into this distribution box that I purchased myself, and it just sends that signal everywhere. All you have to do is plug in and go. I come back, so I'm getting it installed. We haven't even moved in. I'm getting it installed early so that we've got internet up here and cable and everything up here as soon as we move in a few weeks. And I go outside to go deal with some issue that the contractor's having. I come back inside, and the guy doing the install has literally cut every cable off this distribution box and is redoing it in some... I don't even know what he was thinking. It was like distribute this way and then this way and this way and this way and this way. And it's like, no. What in the hell did you just do? Those cables don't belong to you. You don't get to cut those.
Yeah, you just took a giant step backwards.
Like, what are you talking about? I said, that is a 1 to 16 distribution box with power. All you had to do was take the line that I already have here, plug it into that,
Oh my God.
and then go program the boxes. What in the hell are you doing? Well, I figured out that this one is the one in the living room. And no, I know. See, that's what the label's on there are for. So that I know which one goes where. Why did you cut them off and put new ends on? Well, those are just those silver tips. We like to use the gold tips. Okay, I need you to get your supervisor out here right away, because what you just did is technically destroy private property in order to do a system that is less efficient than what I had already set up. Well, you don't have to be a dick about it.
You're like, you screwed up my house.
Like, I literally can't even live in this house yet, and you've already cost me extra money. So no, you're gonna get. And his supervisor comes out and he's like, I'm going to get a couple more guys out here. We'll get all this set back up, and we'll have you set up by this evening. We'll get it fixed. And he just sends this guy off. He's like, just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. You go. We'll clean up the mess.
Yep.
But like to undo that's going to take forever.
Yeah.
Right? It's not.
Oh,
I mean, you can screw things up really quickly. But
It was great. I really loved how he left like 1 foot pigtails off of what he cut. Like he just took a Sawzall and just...
You're like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Remind me, I have something to show you guys at break.
Oh, God.
A picture just sparked my memory of what took place last night. I have to ask you. I have to ask you guys if it's still there. So just remind me.
All right. Well, we're at like 30 minutes, so we'll take a quick pee break and then we'll
I have
come
to
back.
confiscate your guys' phones before
Okay.
I show you.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm worried.
So yeah, just
And
make sure.
we're turning the cameras on. I don't want to have to register again.
Oh, God.
The Whiskey and Wine Podcast is brought to you by Tapforia, Tigard, Oregon's first growler tap house. Founded in 2014, Tapforia has 28 taps, including beer, wine, cider, seltzer, and kombucha. Did you know that they are a bottle shop as well now? Stop in for a pint, glass, growler, or a 4, 6, or 12-pack of the latest and greatest offerings of our local breweries. Located on Highway 99W in Tigard. Visit tapforia.com and follow them on social media to see what they have on tap each day. Tapforia, craft beer and wines.
Man, see, that was a good break. What do you guys think of my little surprise? We're not going to describe it on air. But...
I would just say I'm shocked. And a little bit scarred. Just a little bit scarred. But...
See, I'm not shocked, but I think I'm with you, Mark. I think I'm a little scarred. Like that was.
Well, actually, we need some new. You know what? I'll maybe let you take a picture of it. You can put
Yeah, I can't wait for our Instagram account to get banned.
What about take a picture and blur it, like mysteriously blur it, and
that way everyone can just kind of they come up with their own conclusion. Hey man, Saturday gets weird sometimes, and
You know what? At the Tapforia party, you should just have Haley going around with tattoos, just putting tattoos on people. Like, come here, Martin. You need a tattoo. What's yours say? Thug life.
Tapforia thug life.
All right. I like this. Maybe we'll...
God, the stupid shit we do. Oh, God, we do stupid shit.
Hey, not as stupid as some of these videos that we're watching. It's
Oh my God.
Except there's like no sports.
no sports.
None.
That's what we normally are watching while we're up here drinking. So instead, we got a little ridiculousness on. So
Which I gotta admit, if I'm up here with just like a few friends or something like that, and there's nothing really on, I will turn that on because there's something just innately satisfying about it's Schadenfreude, watching somebody else's suffering for your enjoyment.
Isn't it like 24/7 ridiculous channel? Or
it's-
maybe that's what MTV
It's
turned
ev-
into.
it's-
right?
it's like
we don't
every-
have music. We just have ridiculous.
Yeah, every evening it's just all ridiculousness, and it's great. We'll go over to our friend's house up the road, and he does the same damn thing, and it's great because I'll sit there, smoke a cigar, have a little bourbon, and watch ridiculousness, and just giggle the whole
Sounds
time.
like a great night to me.
yeah, it's a super solid show, just to, like you said, to watch other people
Yeah.
go through.
The
What
stupid
they're
shit
doing.
we've done.
Yeah.
We have all done stupid
Yeah, but
shit
like
this.
it's captured on film, right? But we did this stuff. We did this stuff in real life when we were like younger and dumber. Like, so
I'm glad I grew it. We had the same conversation last night at the little get together we had. I'm so glad I was brought up without the
a cell phone. You could
Although-
the video,
Although
and the photos.
I'll tell you one problem. So I was in a fraternity, and when I was a pledge, one of the things that we had to do as a pledge was go on a scavenger hunt, and I'm using like enormous air quotes because this wasn't a scavenger hunt. This was a go do stupid shit and collect evidence that you did stupid shit with an actual camera with actual film. So then we had to turn that camera in to get the film developed. One, we're not sure some of these pictures are going to get developed because you never know if they're like, yeah, no, this is definitely inappropriate. We're not printing that. Or if they would just turn us into the cops because like, and there's a picture of you taking a stop sign, you dumb shits.
Self-incriminating.
So I got it developed and we turned it in and everything else. And one day the kids are just kind of looking through storage and Jackson goes, "What's this?" And he opens it up and the first picture is of my pledge brothers and myself in front of like this statue on campus that we had to paint a certain color. Oh my. And I'm like, whoop, and give me those because I know what the third picture in that is, and you do not need to see that.
Not gonna go there.
The third picture in that is us getting a picture with a stripper
Oh,
at 9:30 in the morning in upstate New York.
Wow.
You can imagine the quality of dancer
yeah.
at 9:30 in the morning in upstate New York. It was an experience. So yeah, those photos disappeared real damn quick.
Like, well, there's the shredder pile.
Uh-huh.
The perfect part of that story is you literally lobbed up the best ball for me to crank out of the stadium.
Oh,
because
Jesus.
it literally just brought up. So we have started off as a bachelor party that turned into the most epic prank that I've ever done with a group of friends. And it entails all of us on the party bus. We're going out to a local gentleman's club, all drinking all night, right? I'm going to try to speed this up in Cliff Note, but there's a few things I have to make sure they're in the right order. So while we were at the club, good buddy, and I'm going to try my hardest to use no names because they know who they are. Mart said you have to put your editing errors on. So if you hear any and if hopefully I'll say a nickname. So, but we're going to try to keep it as generic as possible.
All right.
At Gentleman's Club.
Okay.
Buddy takes out a camera, even though he knows, you're not allowed to have pictures.
Yeah.
He snaps a few photos under the table or under the radar. No one saw him, right? Dancers didn't see him. Bouncers didn't see him. Bart, no one saw him.
Okay.
but we saw him. So we get back on the bus, and he's showing these photos and one of the videos he takes. And we have a bus full, like the groom's father's on board. We have another dad on board. So, the age range, it's not just a bunch of young, because we were young. This is probably like mid-20s,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Bunch of our college and high school buddies going out to celebrate him getting married, and we're loving it. We're like, I cannot believe you frickin' took not only a few still photos, but some videos, because the Bachelor got on stage. It was always a thing in the early days of the Portland Party Bus. I'd always include a free T-shirt for the groom to wear on stage, because they loved it. We'd give them Sharpie markers, and we're like, hey, you can get this autographed everywhere.
Yeah.
The real reason I did it is because it had the biggest logo of Portland Party Bus with the phone number and a website. So then everyone in the club, it was free advertising. So he's wearing it, but he takes photos. We watched a video, look at the photos on the bus. Everyone's laughing.
Yes.
At the end of the night, another buddy of mine's like, we have to do something to scare the guy that took the photos and videos. I was like, all right. We'll come up with something. So we actually got together in the morning, about 3 of us, and we were like, how should we scare our friend, right?
Yes.
So we ended up starting an email account. It was like Tony the Bull Francisco or something, and it was at a I forgot if it was a Gmail account or Yahoo, but it was a free. And we're like, I don't think he's gonna see the second part of the handle, so we just have to make it sound mob related. And we said that I was head of security at the Gentleman's Club, and we caught you on. And it was addressed to me as the Portland Party Bus owner, because we used to get some perks for our customers, as far as like no line, no covers like that. So it was, very like, hey, Mike, Tony the Bull here. Noticed one of your customers last night did some illegal things. We've gotten local police involved. Is there any way that or can I identify the person, right? Because we want to press charges and this and that. So we do this email from Tony the Bull, head of security of the Gentleman's Club, to me, and then I forward it to my buddy, and there's this now whole chain, line of command that it's gone through. So my buddy has a roommate that's also another buddy of ours. So we call him, and we're like, hey, are you at home? And he goes, no. We're like, you have to get home right now. And we told him what we were doing. And he was like, holy shit, give me 20 minutes. Because we're like, we want you to record this. we want now video proof of him reading this email for the first time. So, and he was former military, so this dude was like, he's like, dude, I'm gonna like rappel down the staircase with cameras. And so we get all the pieces in place. I got 3 guys at my house, right? We got the roommate that's texting us like, all right, I'm here. I'm gonna belly crawl through the dining room. He's in the office. So we had this so we called him. I was like, hey man, what's up? I don't know how to tell, I don't know how to say this, but I got this email last night from the security of this club. And I go, I'm going to, try to deflect this and that. But I was like, they got you on video, and they're really, really pissed. And they got, the local police involved. So we got to figure out how we're going to play this. So I said, dude, get in front of your computer. I'll forward you the email right now so you can read it. So my other buddy that's next to me is texting our mole in the house. All right, he's going to the office now. Get in your place, right? Dude, I forward it to him, and our friend, I love him. I still hang out with him to this day. He literally was so anxious.
Turned white as it like.
Oh, he was literally. He's at his desk, and he started like sitting while he's reading it, and then he's like, "Oh God!" He gets up from his office chair and pushes it back, and now he has his hands on his desk, and he's like, "Oh shit, man, dude, I'm so sorry. Fuck, I put you in this bad." And they know about, and he goes, "Dude, what should I do?" And my buddy is recording all of this, and then at the very end, I wish if I knew I was telling this story, I wish I would have had a few guys we added something at the very bottom of the email that we thought for sure would be,
Like obvious.
It was like an old saying of something that was just between just between like 4 or 5 of us. All this police involved. Michael, we need your help, right? We're prosecuting, blah blah blah, and then we said this little, I forgot what it was, but it was something like I said that literally would make no sense in this email.
Yeah,
and only 4 or 5 of us say it, and then we sign off, sincerely, Tony the Bull. And he read it, and he's reading it out loud to us. So, like, I got him on speakerphone. But we're sitting around, but he's on mute because everyone's crying, laughing, right? My buddy's recording it, so we have like rear video footage of this prank going down. And he read it like 3 or 4 times, and we're like, "Are you getting it?
Are you getting the last sentence?"
And he was like, "You motherfuckers." He's like, "Mark this day. I am going to get," and then the mole in the house, he pops up like, "I got you," with his camera, and we take him off mute, and everyone now is laughing, and he was like, "I'm going to get every single one of you back."
That's a good one.
And it's been a very long time, 15, 20, probably 20 years.
Oh, so you're in the clear.
Well, I don't know, man.
I think you're.
This
Well,
guy was
you
former
brought it up
military
on the podcast
Yes.
now, so
So I'm sorry for for the buddies involved. It might spark some new emotions, so we might have to watch our back.
refreshing the pain. That's a good idea.
But it was, like I said, it was hatched while we were like hung over as hell, right? And it literally just started with a few of us, fake email. We had to like proofread this letter that we were trying to write to make it sound like super mobby, right? Like we're gonna find this person and we're gonna do some stuff to them that maybe the police won't be involved with it all the way. But oh my goodness, it was so. See, it sparked my memory, man. Strip club photo.
We just did like the normal college stuff, like some sucker was in their room, like everybody's out and messing with them. They would penny them. They would take pennies and just start jamming pennies in the door jamb from the outside, and it's like this. You just like have a bucket of pennies, just start wedging them in the doors, wedging them. The person inside cannot physically do anything. They're 100% stuck. They can't turn the handle because it's wedged so tight it won't release like the latch, and they're just like, "Help! I'm just like," they're stuck in their room until they're at the mercy of the people that did it, which probably if they don't realize they're stuck in there for to the next morning when trying to go to class or something. So that was one that we would do, like freezing cans of shaving cream. Freezing cans of shaving cream, you just like throw it in there, and it like just explodes, like slowly explodes. Where I lived at that co-op, there was like the big main house where 40 of us lived, and there was a little small house. It was like 6 or 8 people lived there. Yeah. And one weekend, it was like a 3-day weekend, and everybody took off in that house. And so like in Corvallis, there was these big dumpsters where people would throw their newspaper recycling. Yeah. Somebody had a pickup truck and backed up to that. We filled the whole entire bed of the pickup truck with newspaper, drove back to the little house. We stuffed that from the ceiling to the floor, packed with crumpled up newspaper. It took like the 10 of us like 5 hours of crumpling newspaper. Oh my God. So they come back on Sunday afternoon and they can't open the door. They like kind of finally cram their heads around there. The whole entire place is stuffed with So it's like we were just like, and then the other one that was kind of funny. That was a pretty good one. Like they took them because once it's crumpled, it's like 10 times as much size. So they have baskets and buckets and like bags of these like newspapers and other thing that would do is like, man, if you left your room for any more than 2 days, you were screwed. They would
never go anywhere.
Dixie cut people's rooms. Have you heard of that before?
Yep.
You basically fill the entire floor, wall to wall, with Dixie cups, staple them together, and fill them not to the top, but overflowing with water. Yeah. So there's no way that you can you you can't like go into your room. Number one,
Yeah.
open the door. When you do, there's all these little Dixie cups where if you pull them apart, they just rip and shred, and just water's going everywhere. And
Damn.
it's like a mess. So like all these are kind of fun, harmless pranks. So, what about you, Alex? You got some? You've done some.
Oh yeah, no, I've got like half a dozen that I will never repeat because like I absolutely did things that were not a good idea. But I did one recently. So in 2019, when I turned 40, I got to go to the Masters. My wife bought with a buddy of mine 2 tickets to go see Thursdays and Fridays Masters tournament, and so I go there. And if you've ever read anything about the Masters, one of the things is there are no phones allowed on the course. So we get there, we leave our phones in the car. You know, we're ready to go. We know what we're gonna do, and we get in there. And as soon as you get in there, just to the left, next to like the first set of drink carts, is this bank of old school phones. And there's no coins needed. There's no nothing. It's just phones. You pick it up. You can call any number, and it's just free, long distance call, whatever you want to do. You know, so you can check in with people like, hey, you know, we're doing good, or you know, where are you going to pick us up? Whatever it is.
Or we need some money.
Right. Exactly. All of those things. Like, so you've got a phone there. But what we learned is when you call from that phone, the caller ID says Augusta National Golf Club, the Masters.
Shut up.
So no matter who you call, like they're on their cell phone, it just comes up as Augusta National Golf Club. So my buddy and we come up with this plan. So we've got another buddy who didn't get to come with us, huge golfer. And so we're in there and we're like, you know what we need to do? We need to call him and prank him from this phone so that he sees Augusta National called and he missed the call or whatever it is. And we get more and more elaborate. We're like, okay, well, one, I don't have his phone number because it's in my phone in the, frickin' car. All right, fine. So he calls his wife. He gets this guy's number. What he thinks is this guy's number. And so then we go and we're sitting at these tables. We're coming up with this plan. And the lady at the table next to us is this lovely 60-year-old Southern woman, trashed as fuck, right? just housed at 10:30 in the morning. Like, she's having a good day. And so we look at her and we're like, we'll give you $20. We're going to dial a number and we want you to just, basically say, hey, this is, Tanya from Augusta National Golf Club, and your buddies entered your name and your number into a lottery to get to come play around at Augusta National. We need you to call us back at this number in the next 15 minutes so that we can confirm that, on next Wednesday you're available to come play around at Augusta National.
All free, just come on down.
Yeah, just come on down, free round at Augusta National.
That's
so
awesome.
We dial the number. It goes to voicemail. We can't hear anything because she's just got the handset to her ear, and she does the whole spiel, and it's perfect, and it's great. And then we get out after the day is done, and he looks at his phone, and he's like, she gave me the wrong number.
Oh,
So some random dude in Oregon got this voicemail, for our other buddy. It was like, I don't know what to do with this. So we figured out that we fucked it up. We screwed it up.
It's so close.
He's an IT guy. So we get home and he spoofs an Augusta National email address.
of course.
Sends this whole elaborate thing of like, congratulations, we can't wait. We're looking forward to hosting you and all this other stuff. And he's texting every last one of us, motherfuckers, yes, you are the best friends ever. I can't believe you entered me for this. I'm going to Augusta. I'm going to play. We're like, yeah, buddy. Yeah, you are. And he starts going through and he finally clicks the link to confirm everything, and it just takes him straight to the Rickroll page on YouTube.
You've been Rickrolled.
and he just he lit us up.
That's a good
He's
one.
like, don't worry, yours is coming. And it took a couple of years, but he got us back.
That's actually really funny. A couple of years means just like last week or something.
Oh God! So my buddy that went with me on this golf thing, I think he still does. He volunteers for various things at the LPGA thing that's here and at the golf course up there by the airport.
Yep.
And so a couple of years ago, he gets an email from the volunteer coordinator. He's like, hey, what do you want me to do this year? And he gets an email back from the volunteer coordinator that goes, well, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to pass this year because we got a couple of complaints last year that you were a little handsy and a little inappropriate with some of the professionals, and so they've asked you not to return anymore.
Shit.
And he's freaking out. He's like, handsy, I swear to God, it wasn't me. I didn't do anything. I'm like, no, this, and he's absolutely not that dude. And he's straight as an arrow and everything else. And it turns out that our buddy that we had pranked had gotten a hold of the woman who was the volunteer coordinator, was like, you want to fuck with him? This is how you fuck with him.
Back. That is awesome.
What we're going to do is...
Oh.
Good old pranks. Good old pranks.
Well, what do you think about the Blantons? I mean, this it's been a couple seasons and we finally got it on here. So, and Mark, you got to be the one to like pick what we were going to have today. So
I will say I'm a fan. I love it. I love this stuff. If it just wasn't so hard to get, that's the problem.
So here's the question: is it overhyped? Like it is. It's good juice, but is it overhyped?
Well, I'm a pretty simpleton. I either like it or I don't, and I like this. But I think that there's stuff that's more readily available, cheaper, and just as good. So, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. No, I'm just kidding. Well,
find it yourselves.
So you brought a bunch of bottles, and I'll take a picture of what you brought over just so we could take a look, because you have been a very long time listener, and your knowledge, you're really trying to force us into the 21st century of like, you guys, if you're looking for a platinum, you need to do a little bit of legwork and go find this or this or this. And so you just brought a plethora, and we'll post a picture on socials of a bunch of things that are generally readily available.
Ish.
I mean, the one in the little pretty case is probably less available, but
it's all a matter of perspective. Like, some people just see this stuff on the shelves in their store. And we were talking during our bathroom break about how like Costco's will have pallets full of stuff that we've never seen one single bottle of in 12 years.
Yeah.
Right? So
it's not fair. Damn it. It's not fair.
And then it kind of comes down to just like, drink what you like. Doesn't matter what it costs, right?
Correct.
If you like it and you can buy it, drink it. So
and nobody is ever going to accuse us of having such a bougie palate that we're going to turn shit down, really. There's been a few things that we've had that are like, I don't think I'm going to buy that again.
Yeah.
But, we've all had stuff like that. We've all had dinners like that. We've all had beers like that. It's the same kind of thing. We've all had children that we've had to deal with that, like, if I never have to deal with you again, it'll be great. So, it's all the same. It's do you and enjoy what you enjoy, and that's fine. And our grading system is absolute garbage according to at least 3 people that we know.
3 people. Who cares what they think?
Yeah, that's right. Boo on them. It's flawless, our grading scale.
All right, so a little overhyped, but a good juice.
Yeah, it is.
It's really
if
good
you
juice.
basically, if you see it, buy it. That's what it comes down to.
And that's what it is on my list right now, because it's so hard. I don't know why it's so hard, but in this state, You can't find it.
Yep.
I'm I'm like not like a hoarder, but I don't need to. I have currently own I think 2 bottles of Blantons,
Yep.
and so
Yeah.
if I randomly stumble across it, I'll just buy it and like give it to one of my friends.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, I think that you would enjoy this. So
Yeah.
I don't need to profit off this. Like it's illegal too, but I'm like, hey, here you go.
Yeah.
So
No, but see,
share the wealth.
I'm not a hoarder. I like to consume it. I like to drink it. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, and all those bottles that I brought here, there's nothing there that I wouldn't share with people or drink. That's like,
Yeah.
and nothing there is over $100.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So what is this current price? That's right. This
Well,
one.
it
So
varies
is it
month
right
to
around
month.
about 70?
I think that this month it's $69.95.
Okay.
But who knows? Well,
$74.99.
oh, it
Well,
jumped up
Say-
$5.
say.
And since last time I found a bottle, it was $65. Then it
Yeah.
went to $70.
Dude,
Now it's $75.
Yeah.
I remember when it. So I think I first got turned on to this from Roth. This was his right. This was his go-to. Just couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah.
And I remember this was a while ago, but it was either $49.99 or $59.99, right? And then it just kind of slowly. You couldn't find it. Went up 5 here, went up 5 there.
Yep.
I know it fluctuates, but
It's one of those things that if it's under 80, then it's a reasonable price. Anything over that, you're starting to get a really kind of screwy with price for something like this. Like this, it's
Yep,
Buffalo Trace makes this stuff, and it's just another label that they have. But because it's a better than most kind of bourbon, I think, and the like you said, marketing and everything else, I think it's just got a cachet now that means that it's regarded as better than it actually is.
Yep.
So much so that I got suckered into buying fake bottles off.
Yeah,
of
you
Facebook.
did.
Jesus. Sucker. There's a sucker every minute.
Yeah.
right?
did you keep any of that?
I don't really think I did.
Do you have any pictures of them?
I do.
right.
Actually, I do have some pictures. I'll have to dig them out because
Find
I
the
was telling some
pictures.
people some stories of my fake bottles, and it's just like it's just real enough that if you've never seen a bottle of Blanton, you'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool, but why is there no juice in it?
What?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, empty bottles.
Why is the label around the edge
Yeah,
look
why
so
is
shitty?
Why is the horse made out of gray plastic, not bronze? Or whatever?
Yes, if you can find a picture,
I think
I want to see it. If
I'll
you
dig
want
it
us to
out.
post it, we could post it. If not, we'll.
It's definitely nothing that I'm like ashamed of posting. So I'm
that's
happy
funny.
to. I gotta dig it out. I gotta remember what it was. It was a couple. It was like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago when I just started kind of like getting into the whiskeys.
Good old
was
Blantons. They know what they're doing.
Yep, they do know what they're
They
doing.
know what they're doing.
Yeah, you know what? Even after that bottle's empty, you could sell that empty bottle on eBay.
Dude,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know what? Fuck that.
Yeah,
Like, it's no. I'm not
not
in
gonna-
this for the secondary market.
You're like I'm not gonna to
Here's
make $10.
Here's
on a
my
bottle.
here's my problem is that we're now 35 episodes in. So for each episode there has to be a new bottle that we taste.
Sure.
Sometimes that's an easy thing to do. Other times, like I'm looking at what I've got left up there, and there's some Scotch we haven't tried, but that's not really the bourbon that we've been going after. We have had a couple of Irish whiskeys, but I don't know that we want to go to Scotch because that seems a little different. And then after that, I'm fucking out. We've got to save the mellow corn for when Brian comes back
That
on.
melon corn is hilarious.
Oh my god! Holy
It's so
crap!
funny.
Oh yeah, that I'm gonna light his.
But yeah,
ass
if you're
up.
ever like short, you need like an extra $30 of walking around money, just throw that bad boy on eBay. They sell those empty for $30.
God damn.
That's
like-
insane to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
Well,
I guess
it's like the Malort that I got. Like it's a kitschy thing, right? There's all sorts of weird things out there that people are really into that they'll, like, oh my God, I need that. And yeah, that's neat and all, but I got enough to do on a weekly basis. I'm still like 6 episodes behind on editing video. Again, if you're any good with Premiere Pro, email me.
Yeah.
Well, this is the
Please.
calm before the storm, before the anniversary party. So maybe I just come up here one day this week. We have a little sleepover, and we try to tag team them together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're who I'm tapping for video help.
Mike's
Hey,
like, I'm
I was
offering my
I
help
was
so
a
that
whiz
you do not accept
on
my
Microsoft
offer.
Movie Maker. 1 and 2. All right,
My
A
skate
whiz.
videos were epic, motherfucker.
Freaking epic.
Yeah. All right, Mark. I think we're gonna give you the honors of rating this stuff.
Well, I'm like trying to find the elusive platinum.
No, you are. You
And
might-
I'm like, let's try this, and I have some contenders, and this one, sadly, based on the criteria of your questionable system of rating, I don't have a problem with it, but
There's a lot to do.
because I grew up in the we have years and years in the dance world, so
Yeah.
but I'm going to say this is a high gold.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fair
I
enough.
mean, and I actually, honestly, if you could find this every single day on every single shelf for $50,
It would be a platinum.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was
absolutely,
literally
yeah.
I was waiting for you to go because I was going to
So,
say
Yeah.
I want to steal your thunder.
Nope.
but it's
I
not.
was 100% agreed. If
Yep.
this was a $50 bottle that you could find, this would be a platinum.
Yeah, I should even at a $60 bottle, and you could find it readily left and right. Then yes, I would say this is a platinum because it hits. Flavor wise, fantastic flavor.
Super easy drinker because what is it? 90? What is it? 98 proof?
Under 100.
No,
93?
93 proof.
Yeah,
Super flavor, packs, right? Has some layers. It'd be a platinum all day if you could find it. Like you said, I would even
Well-
go up to 60.
and we've had really hot shit on this podcast. We've had really tame stuff. We've had really flavorful stuff. We've had stuff that we're like, well, I'm glad I never have to drink that again.
Yeah.
This is an all day, like I'll sit here all day and just watch ridiculousness with you guys and drink Blantons.
It like just checks all the boxes.
It
right?
does.
Yeah.
It really does. Like good beginning taste, good middle taste, and the finish isn't just hot. And so yeah. Mike, where are you at on this?
I'm high gold.
Yeah, I'm a high gold as well because it's a fantastic juice. I just freaking wish it was available.
Yeah, feel free to ship a little more to Oregon.
Yeah.
Again, like
Or
honestly, if we're
get,
looking
or get Costco to like start carrying liquor.
again, Costco and Kirkland, we're sitting right here. We're all about the comfy shirts that you guys are selling. We'll put that logo right there.
Oh, that's right. I don't have a Hurley shirt on, but this is a Costco shirt.
A Costco shirt.
Those Costco shorts too.
They are.
Yeah, they are. So, Costco again. We got room for advertising.
Yeah, remember,
And-
this place right here could say Kirkland.
And so far, Tapforia and Portland Party Bus are our 2 advertisers. So we got room for more. I'm happy to boot one of them out of the way. And, if you want to ship that pallet of Pappies that you got up here, we're happy to...
Redistribute.
We'll do a live one for 24 hours for a pallet of Pappies.
24 hours.
24 hours, like hour 23. Costco.
I'm so sleepy.
Excellent. Well, shit.
All right.
Mark, well done,
Unanimous.
sir.
Nice job. See?
Oh yeah. Wait, no. High
Oh,
gold.
oh.
We gotta adjudicate officially here.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me cross
There you
over
go.
that way.
Yep. Middleman.
Cross over that way.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Blanton finally made the podcast.
Well, we had to have somebody on that was worth. I wasn't just gonna give it to you, Mike.
You're
That's
not
all
worthy.
good. That's all good.
Yeah.
And I do have a bottle of Angel's Envy up there now because I'd never truly got Angels Envy.
Hey, you got some bootleg Angels.
I
Envy.
did get not bootleg. I got some fancy.
You got
nobody
some
ever.
shit that
You get the leftover swill, the backwash.
Yeah, that's what Mike brought me was the leftover like Cooper refilled the bottle with
like
brown sugar and water.
tastes like 22 proof.
That was good stuff.
I love it.
Pricks.
Yeah. Welcome to the Whiskey and Wine
That's
podcast.
right. That's right.
Mark, thank you so much for coming on this
It was
week.
really fun. Yeah, it was really fun. I'm glad you invited me.
Absolutely.
Good. See, I'm glad you came on. I just hope you don't think less of us now that you've seen
behind the scenes of how we do this.
I'm lucky enough. I see Mark usually every Monday at Tap, right? And
Yep.
we talk about the weekends, check up on the kids, and then he's like, "Oh, so I listened to your episode." He's like, "Dude, it was good." I was like, "Well, I mean, I'm glad." Yeah, no, they are. I mean, they're good, right?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, "Oh God." If he comes on, he'll be like, "Wait a second, do they have a random fucking chair holding their cords
They
up?"
actually do.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, this is an absolute shit show.
Hey, but it works.
It works. It's
For
perfect.
For under $1,000 of equipment, we're doing good.
Dude, we're doing good. See? Oh, good times.
Oh God. Well, thank you, Mark, for coming on. I appreciate you coming on and expressing your gratitude of the shit show that this is, and yet still having a good time with us.
No regrets.
No regrets. There it is.
Except for Mike's tattoo on his back.
Yeah.
Oh!
Spoiler alert.
All right.
Spoiler
All right.
alert.
Now we're posting photos.
So there's going to be 2 photos this week for social media. One's going to be a lovely display of booze, and then the other one, you guys are all going to want to clean your eyes
Bleach
with
your
alcohol.
I might have to, before we post it, we might have to send it to Mary. I'll have her do a little
Little touch
No,
little touch up of the lower back hair.
The last time we did a touch up, we got jacked Mike,
Yeah.
and then we got piss bag full of
Dude,
PE
I'm
astronaut Alex.
I'm not sure about your photo, but mine was 100% legit.
Yeah, at least Cooper thought. Cooper looks at your photo. He's like, "Dad, did you used to look at that?" Like, yeah, that's what I looked like before you came
I
along.
told him, I said, "You don't remember what I looked like when I first opened Tap, do you?" And I showed it to him. He's like, "Shut up." Oh, actually, remind me. I have to show you guys a little advertising that Tapforia was in with Homes.com. So when this episode ends, I got to figure out I might have to screen record it, but I want to.
Oh God!
I'll have to show you guys, and I have to show Braden and Fells because they were there that day that this nice lady came in and wanted to shoot some video, and they tried so hard to be in it. They had their mugs with their numbers, and the lady sat with them and shot some video. So I just found it. They actually edited it and posted it on Homes.com. And I was like,
God.
"Please be on there. Please be on." They're not on
They're
there.
not. They're like, oh.
But your
tried to
boy
photobomb
Big
it.
Mike's on there pouring some fucking draft beverages.
They tried to photobomb.
Oh Lord.
It's like when the Google Maps car goes by and they're running out in a
Yeah.
chicken outfit, like, "We got this. We can do."
So funny.
Oh,
Good times. Well, hey, thanks for listening, everyone.
yep. Thanks for listening again. Eventually, for watching.
Well, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
we're
get
gonna
there.
bombard. See, what we're doing is we're building up the funnel, right? We gave them a little taste.
Is
of
this
one.
like a teenage, like when you're a teenager and you just build up the pressure and then all of a sudden it just all let's go?
Open the floodgate? That's what
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what we're doing. All right? Just wait. I know you guys only have one to watch, but then all of a sudden it's just gonna be all up in your face.
All up in your face. Jesus
That's
Christ.
not a great way.
This is why I don't do the signing off. You gotta hit us up on social media. No, we're just that's a wrap.
I can't with you.
I can't.
This episode of the Whiskey and Wine Podcast is sponsored by Portland Party Bus, Portland's original party bus company, where the ride becomes the party. PDX Party Bus pricing is all inclusive. This means all the hourly rates include all fees and mileage. No surprise charges at the end of your party, just professional staff and a party all along the way. Visit them at pdxpartybus.com and plan your next wine tasting, birthday party, or just a great weekend. pdxpartybus.com.